What up, world? It is Ethan Scott. Welcome back. Sorry about before. I was streaming and let's move over. Hold on. It kept crashing. So I backed out and I looked at a couple of things, and it turned out that Windows needed to update. And I don't know about you guys, but my Windows needs to update. It decides to be all fickle and a pain in the butt. But it seems to be working now. So let's hope for the best. I still have a pod, but I was thinking about the craft that I want to build and trying to be creative with what I can and can't do using impulse drive, the docking port connector, before I have control over robotics, because I can only control so many at a time. And as you see, three is just not enough. But I was thinking of something else. So we're going to actually recover this vessel since it's not going anywhere. We're gonna build. I'm gonna draw. I have an idea. I don't want to. Basically, we're kind of building a blimp. I guess we're gonna build a blimp, an impulse ferry. I'm calling it, but it's basically gonna be a blimp as long as I can make it work. So we're gonna start with one of these. And the idea here is that I eventually want this guy sitting, oh, come on, like this, like right like that, but with very little structural connections. So I don't even know if that would work if I like. Yeah, I can't. So that's not gonna work. But I do have struts and stuff now. Oh, that's so pretty. I didn't know you could do that. I knew that. I knew that. I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of cool. I haven't paid attention to these little switchy things. So it's almost as if I don't need the restock yet. Oh, how am I going to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I attach this to this with this? Because I want it to be sideways. I want it to be horizontal, not up and down. Because up and down is easy. And I can obviously do like that and just spin it. Do I need anything to clip on the ends? Not really. So like, like that, and then we go to this kind of. What happened? There. I was like, whoa. All right, so that's awesome. But if we're gonna do that, I don't need this, and it looks tacky. So I don't think I'm putting anything on the ends of those, and I can't once. I mean, I could possibly do it in a ghetto fashion, but so we're just gonna take it how we can get it. Up like that. Should be like right in the middle. Good. And then we're going to. I wonder if, because it'll do that, but that should be fine. Like that. Ooh, but I wanted it spun. I did it. Okay, good. There. Yeah, see? Just like that. And then it's oh, you're killing me. Okay, we'll have to do this. Dag nabbit. There we go. Yeah, that looks dead center. Okay, cool. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. So the idea here is that what we're going to do. Okay. And then X, and then R, and then there we go. Yeah, you guys, and then you guys. We're going to use the impulse drive, but we're going to use it more like a blimp or a VTOL kind of situation. And hopefully it works. And the concept is that these will provide enough lift to get me almost there, the ones on the outside. And then the one that should be sitting right here is going to be like should be the one that tips the scale, so I can control the vessel with that almost, although slowing things down, it's going to take some time. And then we have to worry about the fact that it's a suborbital flight, but we can kind of do this. No. No. Oh, wait. You're doing this all wrong. Put one there. Put one there, right? That looks off-center. There. I guess it just looks off-center. That should be fine, though. That should definitely keep us alive that way. I can't install heat. I have radiator. Will that work? No, because you have to turn like a radiator on. So I don't know if it'll do anything, but it should at least be able to take a lot of heat. Can it? Cools only nearby parts. This cargo part that can be placed inside inventory. Yeah, it requires an electric charge, which we have to put. Is it sticking out on both sides? Oh, we can move it just a slight bit and make it stick out on both sides. Just a bit. There we go. Oh, no, a bit more. Yeah. There we go. And that should be like a heat shield, or at least an aerodynamic shield of some sort. Yoink. I just want the battery showing. I don't need the light in the back and all that, just batteries. Perfect. There we go. And then probably put some solar panels. Yeah, like that. That should be fine. 4 should be fine. All right, so this is unfortunately where the hard part comes. So we want to. I also want to switch these. This is annoying me that it's not like actually correct up and down. It's like off to one side. Right into the dots. Right into the dots. Right to this. There we go. That makes me happier. Ooh, my symmetry. That's my OCD, is the symmetry. All right, so we're getting somewhere. Let's see where else we can get. So there's only a point there. I have these guys where I can do kind of this thing. And it doesn't go all the way through. So I should be able to do this right there. Why is that lower? Like, it shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be clipping. Oh, there we go. There we go. And it's, I mean, it's got extra, you know, I doing hand motions like you guys can see them. It's got extra brackets in it, you know, that's all. You could still sit in there with the extra brackets. That's where the seats are. That's, you know, the brackets hold the seats in. So it makes sense. Shh, it makes sense. All right, so how can we, because I know I want this guy like right here. 3 is not going to be enough. We need more than 3. We need like 5. And then this main one will be the control unit. So how do I do this? Because you can I can do it kind of just like this. Very sloppy. Ah. What? Oh, and that's as high as that's going to let me go. So if I bring this down, no, that's as far away as it's going to let me make it. And I mean, that would work, but you get the idea of what I'm going for. But I want like multiples. So how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Let's see here. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. I have engine plate now. Actually, it might work. Ironically, set it up here first and do this. Oh, that's the shroud. Why didn't that enable anything? Like, I should be seeing a shroud of things. No? Okay. What I want to change is this, though. Ooh, I forgot I had this thing. This might make everything a lot easier, actually. Let's try something real quick. Let's see how easy it'll be. Because, like, when I go to attach these, how much room are they going to take? Oh, that's an issue. Really? There. Because I can't... This is going to take some interestingness. Okay, hold on. Just to even test this, I don't know if it'll work. That's as far up as you're going to allow me to go? That's ridiculous. How can I do this? Oh, the ghetto way. The very ghetto way. That's fine. And we'll do it the ghetto way. Ah! Actually, can I do that? Okay, just got to get it to set right. Come on, Sally. Right? And then... That would be pretty interesting, especially since I can do that. And I can probably... Oh, well, I could definitely do that. Hold on. There we go. Give me some control. And they look so ugly. That whole, like... Don't make fun of me. We are creating. We are advancing with impulse instead of rocketry in a game that's specifically built around rocketry. But still, it's, you know, creativity abounds. This thing is weird, but might work. We'll see. Um, and then we have batteries. We have solar. I mean, let's give it a shot. See what happens. I wonder if I can control these guys. Like, because 5 should be more than enough to fucking, or 6, actually, it's 6 right now. Should be more than enough to lift this thing. So that might work out better than I expected. The launch vehicle itself could be a lot better than I expected once I refine this little thing. If it works. If it works. Okay. Oh, see? What is that? What has happened? Why? Why? Vert flight. No, not to launch. Oh, this is unnecessary loading. But why does it do that? Why does it rip it one way or another? Do I have to bring them closer? Do I have to bring them farther apart? Maybe that's it. Let's see here. We'll rebuild this thing a little bit. Let's go in here and actually do this one. Just bring them out so they're not like ripping into each other, you know? And then there. It still looks ugly, but it's functional. There we go. The thing just booped in there. There we go. It like went down to the thing. It was great. It was wonderful. All right. These are good. These are good. Let's try that. So like I said, this is going to be an interesting movement forward as we progress because we are creating brand new vessels for everything we're doing. We're not using anything that's already done. Our mindset, because I am a human, is general like rocketry and building, you know, aerodynamic things to go up at high speeds. But there's actually nothing stopping us from building. If this launches into space, then we can use something like this to put unaerodynamic vehicles into space. And it is doing pretty good. I mean, quite well. So let's see if it does the same. Oh, well, we will have to change some things. Oh no, we have them over here. So we can change that anyways, though. We don't need that to look like that. I mean, we could probably even put a pilot on there. Ooh, a launch vehicle with a pilot. That's not a bad idea. And we'll see. Go to what I want to do right now, though, is this. And we're going to block now. Can we change this thing? Whoa! That's funny. Okay. I knew it worked. I just didn't understand why it wasn't working. Bring this up so it's not doing that clipping. There we go. And then I just want to add the extra safety precaution of a little bit more, you know. Okay. So all of that is good. I don't think we're going to need communications, but there's actually no reason we couldn't put these guys. Oh, well, there might be a reason. Probably put them down here. I see. And then they're kind of protected-ish, maybe. We'll see. All right, so this should be a suborbital flight and a test of this, which I want to... How do I do that? No, because this thing doesn't have a brain yet. So for right now, we're just testing this. We'll just test that as a whole unit. But this may become a launch vehicle because it seemed to work. It seemed to work perfectly fine. And I can't... There's no like... Yeah. I can put them on there. Click, 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 click. Okay. But I can't make that more aerodynamic that I know of. Hold on. I mean, it's going to add some weight to it. That's big. That's huge and ugly. And weighs 0.1 tons, 0.5 tons. Definitely makes it aerodynamic though. I don't really like it. And that's not big enough. That was big and honking though. I wish I had something a little bit better. It's like a triangular blimp though, so I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see if it'll launch. It's only adding like 0.1 tons. So alright, let's do this and then off we go. Oh god. Yeah, that worked. And we're off, guys. Like, I don't... Oh, those can detach. Okay. I don't want to, but, like, if there's a impulse emergency... And up we go with the initial launch vehicle. Much simpler than the original designs. That's awesome. I'm glad we got that plate. I wasn't going to get that science, but glad we got that plate. Because we can actually, for a suborbital flight, suborbital flights are super easy. Oh, and look, our little satellite's doing its thing. Actually, while we're out here, have we found anything yet? Do we have any visual yet? Oh, we do! Look at that! Oh, it's beautiful. I am so happy about that. Okay, cool. And I mean, we're going fast. We're going super fast. We might actually want to kill it here soon. So we're at 20, so that's probably like 30. Okay. Let's bend it out because I want a suborbital flight, but I don't want... go too crazy. Oh, that's why we're moving so fast. Okay. That actually should be good. Let's kill it. There we go. And that should be our suborbital flight using impulse only. The docking port crack and drive impulse as we progress through. I just hope. What's heavier? Like, probably going to come at like this angle. I'm hoping. One, I don't know if the radiator. I'm going to have to hit the radiator on at a certain point. But I'm hoping that this is still lighter than this. It should be. So it doesn't like flip over and turn into a dart. That would be fun to watch. Oh, I did all of this. Okay. Testing complete. Now, let's do the real flight because I didn't put the Kerbals in there. All right. Noan and Ferry, you are going to be going into space, and we're not even going to give you a pilot, really. This is it should be fun, you know. Should I put like? Oh, no. Like, give this a little bit of protection as well. I don't think I'm going to turn these ones on, but it might prevent as much aerodynamicy issues from arising, you know. There we go. And it kind of looks cool. Probably going to create a shit ton of drag, but drag is not really an issue when you're dealing with the impulse engine. Oh, but it's blocking everything. That's not good. Oh no, I can still, because I'm selecting the bottom ones. So yeah, should be fine. Once again, okay. We have our Kerbals in. We should fix this staging because I don't want everything to just freak out and detach. This is the impulse ferry. Ferry as in like a ship, not like the mystical being that steals your stuff and gives it back if you build them houses. Some people believe that. Some people are wholeheartedly in the belief that fairies will steal your stuff and only give it back if you like are nice to them. It's a thing. Happens. All right. Yeah, Kelwin is looking. Oh, both of them. Both of them look decidedly terrified. Can we take a look? Yeah, I would be terrified too. This is not exactly the best construction, but it'll do. You ready for this? Shake your head. Something? No? Yes? Nothing? Okay. We're doing it anyways. Let's do it. Oh. Now we're going to come down here and grab... Oh, it's not letting me grab it like that? Yeah. I have to come in here. There we go. Boom. And... take off. Did it change inside? No. I always wondered if like the lights down here would change, but they do not. They do not. So we're on our suborbital flight. Moving upwards. So pretty. I love this game. Just the fact that you literally have a solar system as you're playing. Like, I could be over here. It's not like this area doesn't exist. This area exists. I could do stuff here. I could have a space station here. We could probably have one out here to a certain point, and then I'd be outside of Kerbol's sphere of influence. I wouldn't be able to exist inside of the solar system anymore. So it'd be hard to like get to it. But I could do something out there too. It's an entire solar system, and every planet I could land and build entire buildings. It's amazing. If you haven't played it before, you should get it. It's a great game. All right, so zoom way in. Look at how we're doing. We're doing okay. This impulse, it's like a impulse blimp almost. Like a weird triangular impulse blimp. And what's funny is all of this is completely useless. It's just to make it look like something. Everything is just down here. I could probably just have like a tinier cone or something. Ugh. As we progress, it will progress. But that's the thing. That's what I was saying. Anyways. We get to develop vessels that aren't exactly going to look like the vessels we're used to, like the vessels that you see. We will probably be developing a sort of shuttle-ish thing. It would probably look more like a Star Trek shuttle here soon. Although I am liking this impulse-based launched vehicle, because eventually it should be able to return itself as well without really any issue. What's going on here? Oh, I'm like, why aren't I moving as fast? Because last time I sped everything up. So I got higher and faster. But I mean, it's working. It's working great, actually. I worry about re-entry. But we will see. And I'm moving right along. Not a good height. I could probably angle it a little bit. Keep moving along. So I'm at 20,000 now. Like I said, we're just doing a suborbital test flight with our tourists. Don't actually want to get into... There we go. That should be enough for the suborbital test flight. And then we're going to test, you know, landing this beast. So our contract should be fulfilled. Maybe. Maybe. Suborbital spaceflight on Corbin. Do I have to go higher? I'm definitely suborbital. Let's go a little higher, just to really ensure that we're on a suborbital space flight around Kerbin. This launch vehicle could definitely take us into orbit if we wanted. I don't know what's going on. Do I have to go higher? Let's go higher. Come on, get higher. Loosen those lips. That should start bringing me up here soon. Maybe it's just like the suborbital space flight happens when I land. I have to finish the whole mission. Because, I mean, I should be in orbit. Control-wise, though, other than having to, like, come in here and do this, vehicle control-wise, this thing's amazing. It is like a little space blimp. I just want to see if I can get this a little bit higher. Ferry to and safely back to their destination. So I think that's the issue. We can probably kill this then. I don't think it's going to click until we get them back to Kerbin. So let's go in, because this is probably the angle we're going to eventually come in at. Peaking at about 70. See if we can get a crew report. I don't even know if we can. Requires MK1 crew cabin to be manned. It is manned. Okay, whatever. Maybe they're not trained or whatever. They're not considered manned. All right. Now, tried to hold on to our electric charge as long as we can. I want to activate this radiator as we're coming in to try and burn off some of the heat like an ablator or a heat shield. I don't know, ablator. Like ablative armor. We're already at 30,000. We're not exactly experiencing any huge resistance in the heat. See if it does, because that just caught us. I mean, we're at 18. I don't think we're even going to need it. Yay. So we'll deploy at like 2,000. There's really no reason to deploy before that. Oh, I can, you know, should be plenty of slowing power. Just let go. Like, you should naturally fall into it now. There we go. There we go. And I'm not even... Wait, why am I draining now? Did I activate it? No. Interesting. Oh, the light. And I'm still draining. I don't know why. Oh no, it stopped. Okay. Let's let these out. This should more than slow it down enough. It's already at like 60 meters per second. Well, I don't think they planned on that happening. There we go. There we go. All right. Well, I mean, that was successful. A little impulse blimp. It's actually a little too successful. I don't want to crash it, but like, can I cut some of these? 5 meters per second. This is going to take forever. I need like some Benny Hill music. That's the best Benny Hill music I can do. Look at that. It's great. And we're in. Everything still works. Everything's perfect. And we will recover because we're just out to sea. And we have the Cove launch, so we should probably build like a recovery vessel. I don't even know what that would look like yet, but we'll just do that for right now. The magic of recovery. Only because you have to be able to recover it. I guess I should have sent something out, but anyways. 213, and they are safely back and happy and ready. My reputation has increased, and that was a pretty neat little launch vehicle assembly, so I want to play with it. I want to play with it. So I want to take basically this, and then you go down like this, and there you go. The launch vehicle for what we're going to be doing next. And actually, I can do... right like that. And that's a self-contained launch vehicle, but I want there to be a heat shield. Not that I think I need it, but just in case. And I'm trying to decide. Oh, it sucks right up in there. So I want like that. Boom. There we go. And then we're going to call this that. Well, no, this is the Impulse Ferry. And then it should be able to detach. You attach this to things. So this is the Impulse Ferry for right now. Impulse Ferry Mark 1. Mark 1. Boom. All right, so I want to go out real quick now that we've saved this and look at what's available to us. I'm only going to be streaming for like another half hour or so. So let's see here real quick. All test. All of these are really actually easy to do, but I just don't want to. Because I'm not, there's a lot of it that I'm not going to be using. Like, but see, radio mount, flight, build new orbital station around the moon. I haven't even been to the moon yet. You haven't given me a like flight to the moon, but you want me to build an orbital station around the moon. That's a bit of a heavy, not that I couldn't do it, but that's a bit of a heavy load for right now. So let's just do our orbit and return. We could probably just do it with our, yeah, we could. Let's just send the Impulse Ferry up and bring it down as a test. We should be able to recover everything. I think that should be more than enough to hold it. All right. And I mean, this whole thing is only 1.14 ton, 1.114 tons. So that's our Impulse Ferry. We're going to send the Impulse Ferry up and bring it back, put it into orbit and bring it back, because that's the contract we have, right? Do I have to return to Corbin from orbit? No. Slow down a vessel in orbit and return it to the surface. Turn it to the surface to achieve this goal. Yeah, so it doesn't have to have a person in it. Although I could easily replace this with the MK1 pod. And boom, we have an Impulse vehicle. That's kind of cool. Let's do the test. Let's do a test first. Actually, we can test a couple things. Let's test. See, there's so much to play with. Send a little science vehicle up. All right, we're just going to test the basic right now. Basic little boop, because I think that's the most successful. This is... Can I should be able to. I don't know if I'm going to like the clippage, though. I mean, I guess science should be able to figure out clipping a little bit. Yeah, that's cute, but I don't want that. I want that, right? Yeah, okay. And then... Absolutely good. All right. So if I... Ooh, it looks so sexy. It's definitely clipped, but it looks sexy. We'll just... we'll allow it. I'll allow it. For the sake of this cool little vehicle. There's some clipping that you have to allow just because Kerbal, you can't design specific items to be specific ways. Like I could definitely design the ship to have little holes that take the landing gear back in if I was building this with like a 3D modeler. So we'll just say that that's what we did. You know. Alrighty. Test 1 of the Impulse Ferry Mark 1 into space and return, because that's really what we're testing, is the ability to return. Oh, this thing's going to move fast. See what our drag is. I mean, that's beautiful. There's a lot of drag, but it's beautiful. It's pretty looking. Into the air it goes. Dun, dun, dun. I actually have to watch this one a little bit closer because it's moving a little faster. It's got much less weight on it. I mean, we're doing good. We're fine. We can. Oh, it has like very little control on it. Didn't think about that. See, this is why we run the tests. It has almost no ability to control itself because that was on the other part. So let's stick this on here. And can we stick one down here somewhere? Like under this? Should be able to stick it there. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. I kind of like that. Kind of looks like a thing. That was English, I swear. It looks like a rocket without being a rocket, you know? It looks like a little propulsion device. It's not, but I also do want to start. I mean, right now it's you pretty much know when you're moving and you don't, but once we move into robotics, I'm going to start adding lights, and the lights will tell us whether we're impulse is on or off. It's like right now I have to do all of this, and it's a pain. All right, come on. There. Here we go. Test 2. Our little cone. All right, let's we'll speed up a little bit. Get to a pretty decent speed and height. I think 120 should be pretty decent to drop. Ooh, turning much better now. Much better. Still, like the aerodynamic forces are working against me, but oh, much better. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, no. Whoa. Okay. So I don't even know if it would work if I put that on there. Like, why is that sucked up like that? I don't know. Anyways, it's working. That's all that matters. How close are they together? Oh no, they're doing good. They're just being weird. Okay. Can I put little fins on this thing to like make it easier to control? Do I want to put little fins on this thing like that, or do I want to put them down here, and will they work down here? So many questions. Because that looks really cool. Looking cool and working are two totally different things. Plus, every time I want to use those tiny little ones, but they never work the way I want them to. And that looks a little big. was thinking more like that. Is that even a possibility? Can I do that? Up a little bit. I don't know how that's going to work with re-entry, but it's cool looking. Where's all the weight, by the way? Yeah, I want the weight on the bottom so that it doesn't turn into a dart. And I can actually probably lock those. I don't need them. Actually, I'll do it here. Don't really need them to control anything. Oh, we'll do a test with and without, you know, all that good jazz. Let's see. What is this? Test 4? Test 3? 4? Thank God we didn't send Kerbals up right away. That's why we run these kinds of tests, you know. There's bound to be mistakes. For anybody watching, how's everybody doing today? I'd laugh if I looked over and like my microphone was muted or something. There we go. Launch of the Impulse Ferry. It's not a very like catchy name, Impulse Ferry. IF. The IF1. That's not bad. IF1. Look at it. I like the little shadow just slowly moving upwards. Okay. Let's go, IF1. Let's get some speed. It's starting to fall that way, and I don't want it to. I want you to go this way. Like this. Alright, this is looking better. It's that re-entry. It's that re-entry. And I could just cheat it up and re-enter for testing purposes, but we might as well try and, like, complete the mission without cheating. Didn't say the vessel had to come down intact, so as long as we get the robot down, we'll learn some valuable intel and work the rest out from there. How are we doing? I mean, it's doing. Silent takeoffs. That's what I'm all about. It's about that silent takeoff. No one even knows we left. Ooh, whoa, whoa. A little too much? A little too much? That's all right. We'll make it work. It's not like we're going to run out of Delta V. We could probably drop it all the way down. Yeah, we'll eventually get up to speed. Right? Right? Hope so. But I mean, oh. We will get up to speed. That is a definite. Should get in here and train. Cut this back a little bit for right now. Nope. You're going to fly up out of the aerodynamic forces a little bit higher. Oh, there we go. Just needed to get a little bit higher. Now we can cut this a little bit. Doing all of this, like I'm flying in warp, making this happen, which is actually kind of cool. That I can do it. Let's see here. Let's time this in warp correctly. Go, 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 go. Speed run status. Turn that off. Look at that horrible, horribly high apoapsis. Does this count as orbit? I don't know. I'll wait until we get out more, fix it, and then we'll just come in a little bit slow. Hold on. But I mean, so far so good. Wonderful, actually. As far as launch vessels go, that was pretty good. And we're gonna try and land it as close to we can to the actual. Oh, look at that! We can go faster now. We can warp faster. We're gonna go as close to we can to the actual Kerbal Space Center. Let's see here. Let's move into position. How's our electric doing? We are at night, so our electric is actually doing bad, which is not good. So let's use it while we can, because this is when we have to use it. That's the upper one. I need the lower one. Don't we? That's a quick way to decelerate. All right. We'll do half force. And we'll cut it. Yeah? I'm going to click off of it. Berg. I'm going to have to make that a little bit easier accessible. I don't really need these radiators on the outside, I don't think. I don't want to have to be zooming in every single time. So go just a little bit more. There we go. That's a decent, I mean, no, it's not, but it serves its purpose. Let's just ensure that we go all the way around, especially get back to a place where we get right there. We'll go one more turn just to ensure that we were in orbit. You know, we did full orbit, and then we're going to stop here, and this is where we will be doing. Oh, actually turned us around and made it perfect. How much electric charge? Oh, we got plenty. We'll do half force. Bring it way down. Probably going to be landing at night, which sucks, but oh well. That should definitely bring us in. Probably sooner than I wanted, but that's fine. That's okay. Now we can zoom, fly over the Desert Space Center and places that we'll be going to soon, especially now that we're getting all of this new fun stuff. Like I said, I'm trying to get contracts because this should open contracts to get up to the moon and all the moon contracts. And that's where we're going to get a lot of science, and that's going to open up a lot of parts for us to be building a lot more items. But stuff like this launch vehicle is going to be the mainstay moving forward in just going to the moon and stuff. We will be building specialized like space-faring vehicles, and the different designs that we come up with for. I'm a little worried about how much this is going to overheat, so I could probably activate those radiators, and then can I not just lock? Just and activate. There we go. What's our aerodynamic forces look like? I mean, we're doing good. Let's just say we're doing good. So we'll be making ships specifically designed, but they'll be different. They won't look phallic in nature most of the time. I mean, this is semi-phallic, but I think we did pretty good on the phallicness of this one. Still a little pointy, but it's short and stubby, so we can but we can start looking at different types of vessels like the Star Trek Enterprise or the Nostromo or you know, just some of the more awesome sci-fi-ish looking types of ships that we can't really put into space because we deal with the aerodynamic forces, but if we put them into space slower, don't have to deal with those as much. All right, so that was a horrible attempt at getting to the Space Center, but we should get pretty close. What I am happy to see is absolutely no issue with re-entry. That worked out great. I'm kind of hoping we make it to land, but I don't think we're going to. No, we're not going to. So, coming in at a good angle, good distance, good speed. Look at that. Look at that. Just amazing. That was a very successful test of the... Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? Oh, it does want to. Wants to dangle dangle. Why? I want it to be falling like this. What are my forces doing? Oh, it's probably because I did that. Oh, that's funny. I can spin it. Pretty cool. All right. It seems to be working just fine now. I think I turned those back on and it got all wobbly. It's just what happened. Did I? Oh, there are the aerodynamic forces. They're in there. You're doing weird things in there. We're just falling towards the ground. I didn't even get close to land. That was a horrible... I slowed down way faster than I expected. Well, again, things are normally more, aerodynamic. So I'm going to have to adjust when I normally slow myself down. Even right now, I'm falling slower than I expect to. I'm actually falling pretty slow. Not slow enough to like land like a feather, but slower than I expected. Oh, that was dumb of me. I knew that was going to be an issue. This isn't good. Oh, no. Oh, I hate that. And I didn't save. I should have F5'd. What was my last... What is it? F6 to reload? Where's... Quick save. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to go back too far. No, because my funds are way low. What's the persistent? Is higher. And that's day 2. Let's load that one. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping I'm in flight, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. Like, I hope it saved once we got into orbit, is what I'm saying. See, there's something in orbit. Yeah. The impulse ferry. Turn that off. Fly. I was hoping because I forgot to quick save. Yes. Yay. Salvaged. That was a landing simulation that went wrong. Fix this right now. I hate those. I wish I could turn them off. Well, now we get a second chance at landing. However, haven't achieved full orbit yet for this one. So we're going to go to here. Like where the save wasn't fully orbiting, or did I already? I might already be descending. Well, that's okay. We'll like increase it a little bit, just a wee bit, just a. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's try that. Take two. We've got our staging correct this time so we don't destroy ourselves on reentry. We were so close too. We were at like 1,500 meters above the water and it was just chaos. Chaos, I tell you. Over the desert, there's a launch down there somewhere. Whee! I did. It's still low enough, right? Yeah, it's low enough. I should be hitting some aerodynamic, like the barrier, the heat barrier soon. There we go. All right. So we're coming through. This went through nice last time, and we're actually at a much better height to land where we want to. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise that we blew ourselves apart into smithereens. We're going to eventually be advancing, like once we get to the moon, and so you're going to see some things. So as I've said before, as I jump around in my sentence, as I've said before, we are going to be using impulse as our mainstay, our main engines and stuff like that. But anyone who has dealt with these, especially without robotics, when you have to control it the way I'm controlling it by increasing and decreasing, actually, I don't need to, but by increasing and decreasing the magnetic pull manually, it's actually quite hard to make little adjustments unless they're separated. But even then, it takes a long time to completely stop. So, stuff requiring light touch, especially stuff that's like on, like trying to land on the moon or Minimus. Oh my God, Minimus! Trying to land on Minimus with an impulse engine that's difficult even with robotics. Like it's difficult. So you will see some use of rockets, and you see this in societies that have, or cultures or whatever, sci-fi cultures that have impulse as well, because what you they have thrusters is what they call them, and that's what we're going to be using. Is like we'll try to be using small thrusters and stuff. The main thing isn't to not use rockets. However, we're probably not going to be using any of those big mamma jamma rockets. um, the main thing is to try to recover everything, therefore not have to let go of fuel tanks and stuff to reduce weight. All right, so it wasn't a perfect landing. I'm at this point just kind of hoping we make it over the mountains so we don't land crooked. Doesn't even look like that's going to happen. Looks like we're going to land in the mountains. So we're definitely going to have to switch this to land. And hope for the best, I guess. Not much else we can do. I can turn those radiators off now. Shut down radiator. It's not even like an inaccessible part of the mountains. It's behind this ridge. I can't tell. It's kind of dark. That's okay. Let's just hope we don't destroy ourselves this time. Speed up a little bit. Oh, see, it did it. Oh, I didn't shut them down, did I? Yeah, it did it again because I didn't shut them down, and that makes sense. Actually, can I fly this thing? Like, can I use the aerodynamic forces to push me that way a little bit? Oh no, I'm out of battery. Well, oh, that's not good. If I'm out of battery, I can't launch, can't deploy. Hopefully it deployed, but I honestly don't know because I have no battery. And my game crashed.